That'd be like a breakdown in the FBI between headquarters and like if headquarters runs the investigation, you end up with a Peter Stroke, Lisa Page, Andy McCabe kind of thing. It should have never, they don't know
Yeah.
because they're at the top of the FBI at a certain age. That's a whole nother conversation, but there's absolutely no way you can be that age and be at the top of the FBI and have worked.
Yeah.
It doesn't, the math doesn't, it
Correct.
doesn't work. The reason I have so many stories is because I worked.
Yeah.
And when my case was over, I did another case and I did another case. But as far as things they can do, you know, the domestic terrorism statute, I mean, we have for international terrorism, we have material support of terrorist organizations. So that can be anything from like, hey, you're putting together something, a kit, you're putting money into something to go overseas and fight. I don't see why we couldn't do that for domestic terrorism. I would caution, like anytime I hear something about, somebody who's insane. Well, if you've been to if you're insane, you shouldn't be able to get a weapon. I'm like, well, who's saying what is insane and what isn't?
Yeah.
Are you saying if I went and talked to a psychologist or a psychiatrist or I have a therapist or my church, does that mean I'm crazy and I can't get against? So that's a slippery slope I try to stay away from. But as far as the government's putting in, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't come up with something like material support of domestic terrorism. I don't, because states will have that law.
Yeah.
It's just not a federal law. And I don't see why we couldn't label domestic terrorism groups. If you can label the cartel a terrorist group and you
Yeah.
can label Al Qaeda and all these other things, I don't see why you couldn't. I don't know what that's going to benefit us. Maybe it'll give us, um, I mean, it would probably give you like the benefits of like putting them on a no-fly list and stuff like that. I don't know. But as far as every day-to-day life, I think we need to talk. I've said it so many times. I say it in front of all kinds of people, and I'm in a different place now. And my eyes have been opened even more since I retired, and I meet people who are on the spectrum. They're not where I live my life. It's not how I raised my family, but we can sit down, and it's okay for you to like something I don't, and it's okay for me to like something you don't. We can still be friends.
Almost essential for
Yeah,
our society
exactly.
to survive that we don't all have a homogenous view of everything.
Yeah. And I'm sure the military did it for you. Sports did it for me growing up. I mean, it's kind of like it just makes everything common. I mean, you're in there, you're on a football
Yeah.
team, those are your brothers, and they're completely different. They go to a completely different home than you every day. But come Saturday, it's or Friday, whichever, the high school or college or whatever, you know, uh, we're all cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
You know, I ask people, I go, "Do you like to eat?" And they go, "Yeah." I go, "Me too." There's one bond.
Do you like to drink water and sleep and also, yeah, like
Yes.
we can
Do you
find
like to
commonality.
breathe? Yeah. I love breathing.
Yeah.
I love oxygen.
Tell me about your book.
Uh,
I know it's coming out in March.
yes. So March 25th is the release date. It's available for pre-order. I actually did the audio book. It's my voice, so hopefully it's not terrible. But I was like, I've seen, I've listened to some. I'm like, why would you let some robot voice be like, there I was in the basement. It
You have
was
to either do it
scary.
yourself or have James Earl Jones. Those are the only two choices.
Yeah, I would go with Morgan Freeman on that one too.
Ooh,
Uh,
yeah, 100%. I'm adding that to the list too.
yeah,
Morgan Freeman, yes.
yeah, yeah. I can't do his voice, but that'd be awesome.
Yes, it would.
Uh, so yeah, I did the audiobook. So the book is called Codename Pale Horse. Obviously, I was Pale Horse in the base. That was the last publicly big undercover case I did. I didn't mention any of the malicious stuff that I was doing up to retirement and even after, because I didn't know if those cases were still active or not.
Yeah.
But it's just a synopsis of my life. Like chapter one is a quick synopsis of growing up in high school, what I consider my first undercover. When I look back, even though I didn't know I was doing it. And then becoming a cop. Chapter two is like I'm a vice narcotics investigator with some scary street level stuff going on. And chapter three and on is all FBI undercovers, just different cases. Again, I got 2 years in 1% biker clubs. You got murder for hires, where I'm a closer providing bombs or guns to people that want to shoot up synagogues or whatnot. Public corruption cases, and there's some pretty graphic, sick stuff, but it's true. Um, so it comes out, codename Pale Horse, and I think the subtitle, which is the one I was like, ugh, it's how I infiltrated America's Nazis or something like that.
Yeah, that'll
I
grab people's attention though.
it will, but I mean, it doesn't paint the picture that there's also stuff on public corruption and outlaws and
Yeah.
everything else. But it's fine. And that comes out March 25th. But again, it's available for pre-order now, and we'll see, man. I'm traveling around, swinging for the fences. So,
That's what you got to do. What do you want to leave people with?
oh boy, oh boy. Ooh, I
Don't
should
be
have
a
been prepared for
neo-Nazi. I mean, that's a strong
that.
ending.
No, yeah, I know. Stop hating, damn it. Yeah, I did say that. I go, look, man. It seems cliche, but to hate, man, it takes so much energy and it's not very rewarding at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I just picture like getting ready for a big game. If you start getting amped up, the game doesn't start till 1:30, but at 10 a.m. you're already amped up. But 1:30, you're beat, you're done. It just takes so much energy and it's not very rewarding. Whereas if you spread love or just smile at somebody and just say, hey, it's almost instantly gratifying. And it was a Martin Luther King quote, but I love it. It says, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." And there's so much going on in the country and the world, and over the last several years, just the division and hate and vitriol and cancel culture, and I can't take somebody being disagreeing with me stuff. Just break it down between good and evil. If you look at it as, is this evil or is this good, and you're truly honest with yourself, because almost all of us have that innate ability to do that. There's a few that have some psychological issues that allow them not to do that, but if you break it down between good and evil, come on, man.